Philadelphia Dancesport Championships with Oskar and Shayna. Guys, you just got off the floor. You danced a couple rounds tonight. How did your dancing feel?
It was okay. No, I mean, it felt pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm still alive.
Still alive. Exactly. You know, it's always one of those things. Every time we step out onto the floor, right, we're like, hey, we are at where we're at today.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, you guys look fantastic out there, as
Thank
always.
you.
As always. So I hear we have a wedding coming up pretty soon, right?
Yes.
What? Who told you this?
What?
Yeah, we did.
Little birdies. So how are you guys balancing wedding planning, getting all that stuff together, and prioritizing your dancing?
Honestly, my mom is
Diana.
helping so much with the wedding
Yeah.
because there's just so much going on, and like we just did like so many competitions back to back that there was like it was crunch time for everything. Now it's finally starting to settle down and all the details are kind of put together, but it was definitely stressful for a couple of weeks going from like a dance camp to our like wedding tasting and then like figuring out the invitations as soon as possible. Like it was definitely a lot going on at a certain point in time.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
When you guys were trying to choose a wedding date, how did you figure that out with your schedule?
I mean, I knew I definitely wanted springtime. He doesn't care. He's happy to show up wherever he's told.
Just show
Tell me
up.
where to go.
Where to go, the
Yeah.
address.
So I was like,
That's it.
and then we started looking at venues, and then we're like, okay, and like we knew like around the time we were looking at venues that we weren't ready for that year, but the following year, so then we just like, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, if you guys had to define one thing that you're focusing on in your dancing right now to really step yourselves up to the next level, what would you say that is?
I mean, I think we might have different answers, but
Yeah.
for me, I would say focus and being like very intentional where I'm looking, why I'm looking, who I'm looking at, like why, and connecting it to everything. That's been my main goal because that's something I've struggled with. And then also I'd say like dynamics.
Fantastic. What about you?
I would say dynamics for sure. And just evolving the performance from each comp.
Yeah.
I think it's so different compared to like when you practice. You don't really perform to anybody.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
imaginary people or some people, but you usually see them. But I think where the work is at the competition. That's where you really, I feel like, truly evolve.
I feel like for us, like we love to compete and we actually feel like we gain so much experience with every competition. It's like, okay, how can we make that step move into a corner, out of a corner? Like we can play with things every single time and then we find out what works and what doesn't. So like for us, our like biggest practice is competitions. Like we like to go out and try something new sort of every once in a while, and then also like again, experience comes every single time.
That's true.
I can relate to that. Me and my partner have kind of that similar experience where we're like, let's go onto the floor, let's see what we can create and what we can develop and try and present to the audience this time.
There's only so much you could do in practice when no one's getting in your way. You're not performing for anybody. There's no one judging you. I feel like competitions, you have to do them as much as possible. And I mean, also they're fun.
Oh yeah.
They're a great time. And we feel like that's like what we like the most.
Awesome. Well, if you guys had to give one word of advice to up and coming amateur competitors, what would you say?
You go first.
Don't wet your shoes. You don't need to.
There we go. So,
I got one more.
okay, go for it.
I would say be more awake and interactive, and not just. It's not work. You're not going there for work. So you're not going like, okay, I place my partner. You're there to create art and show it.
Yeah.
And be like alive. You know, it's like everybody feels like a robot on the floor, like they're doing a job instead of just showing the art, you know?
Exactly. Fantastic. Well, you guys definitely, we can tell that that's something that you guys prioritize, is putting that artistry, that different expression on the floor, trying to be unique and authentic to yourself. So keep up what you're doing. It's amazing to watch you guys in your journey. Congratulations. And we will talk to you next time.
Thank you.